Smack, the season's just around the corner. First and foremost, how's the body? How are you feeling and how excited are you to get going?
Yeah, super excited. Obviously a long layoff for myself and, credit to everyone who's helped me get back healthy and be ready to be back out there for NBL26. Couldn't be more excited.
Can you give us a bit of an insight into what that journey's been like? Obviously a frustrating time. This time last year, I guess, when you had that shoulder injury and you knew you were going to be out for a sustained period of time. What's the process to get back to where you are now being like?
Yeah, so the first thing was obviously surgery. I had pretty much a full shoulder reconstruction. And then from there, it was a lot of rehab, a lot of exercises in the gym to get it back strong and to strengthen all the structures around the shoulder. And then from there, working with the coaches, working with the high performance staff to get me back to being court ready. And then once I was court ready, I was able to play some NBL1 for the Capitals in the off season, just to kind of get back on the court and get a feel for it. And then here we are in pre-season, ready to go. So.
We'll touch on that NBL1 stuff in a sec. Can I sort of discuss the mental side of it as well? Obviously, you were watching from the sidelines a lot of last year. How did you manage that and cope with that? Was that something you sort of had to come to terms with, or how was that process?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it was obviously a bit of a shock when it happened, and I had never been out of basketball for that long. So it took a little bit of time to process, but once I did, I think my mindset kind of shifted and had a bit of a different role on the team obviously last year, and just trying to give my voice here and there where I could and help the coaches out and really just be support for the guys last year. So that was kind of the mindset. And once I got over the initial period of just shock and being upset about the injury, I settled in and was able to support the team and do the best job I could at that.
And in a weird way, is that the silver lining? It maybe gave you a different skill set and different perspective on the game in this group that you might have had before?
Yeah, possibly. Putting the coach's hat on a little bit, I guess, can always help when you're on the court as well, because maybe you see things a little bit differently. But yeah, just for the most part, I think it was just getting around the guys and obviously you're not on the road as much, you're not on the court with the guys as well. So just finding time to catch up with the guys outside of basketball or do things like that, just to keep the head a little bit,
Yeah, and let's touch on that NBL1 season. Obviously, All-Star honours 26 points a game thereabouts. How much confidence has that given you going into this season?
Yeah, it's awesome just to get reps. It's obviously a bit of a different role playing NBL1 than it is NBL, but after such a long layoff, being able to get back on court and I know a lot of those Caps, so it was good to be back playing with them and playing under the head coach Vandy, who's an assistant coach here, gave me some confidence leading into pre-season as well.
And obviously you're a core player here now. You've been here a couple of years and you've seen some players leave and a lot of new players come through the door. So what's your perspective been on the guys that have come through the door and how the roster's looking now? Yeah,
super excited. Like, we got some talent this year. Such a good group of guys, a good mix of guys. We got the veterans, Casey and Nordo. We got some really exciting young guys coming up. Jacob Holt and Tane Murray, TD. All the young guys have been impressive at practice as well. And I just think that we've got a super balanced team this year. I think we'll be able to play both sides of the ball. And yeah, I think the fans are in for a pretty exciting season.
And you know what it takes to win an NBL chip. Do you feel like this organisation, the players and the staff that are here, has the potential to do that, whether that's this year or in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, it's a hard thing to do to win chips, and a lot of stars kind of have to align, and you have to have a little bit of luck as well as a really good team, obviously. But so far, so good. Obviously, we haven't played a regular season game yet, but I think from the outside looking in, or being on the court behind the scenes, it looks like a really strong team.
And can we touch on you personally? We all know your defensive capabilities. I guess something that you're known for across the league. Do you feel like there's an offensive side to you that's really blossoming and coming out of the game now as well?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just credit to the coaches. They've been empowering me all pre-season to shoot the ball more and be more aggressive and take on that side of the game a little bit more, which is something that obviously every player wants to be able to shoot more and all that type of thing. So I'll take them as they come. My role on this team is to be the best defender, and that's what I'm going to try and do. But yeah, super excited to get some shots up as well.
And on a sort of wider note, wider point of view, what do you think we can expect from the Bullets this year, the fans and members that are going to come down and watch us at the BEC?
Yeah, I think with a balanced team and a bunch of young guys who love to get out and run and score and shoot threes, I think it'll be a very exciting team, and I think a team that Brisbane can be proud of.